Data processing, position line connections, computer operation, anti-lock line systems, alliance information. Right now, through connections, mothership is landed. Oh, this data is so powerful. Just try to be me for one day. So I'm just central lining the connections right now, 52 generation light connections and everything through the commanding force. The team is going to be in a high-rise position location. And when you see these things, it's amazing how it just comes into form. You see it here and everything, the voice grid pattern opens up all positions. So it's on its light signal. It's gone through its sun interference and its program setting of 125,000 XT,000 positions, which means that it's extremely, it's like, sending out the red carpet to mothership. It's the biggest formation in the fleet command center. So I'm commanding the position line system to its alliance and forming everything through its connection. So you notice that my voice is a little bit graspy, right? Because it's repositioning my data and it's setting up in program settings through my digital form. So everybody's going to go through thought recognition patterns of defense location positions, which means that the anti-gravity locks are going to be released into your thought system. And also to the connections, better pattern, better location. I did a very powerful TikTok video about what's happening right now. You have to understand, when we have always been here through connections, but now we're full rising connections to the ground formations and crop circles. It's acting through the center position line connections. This is all the center line system to humanity connection. So it's all about coming into the 5D activation centers, into the program setting position to your binary connections. Your digital frames coming into better numbers, better sequency level connections, audio interference. Understand the program setting of what happens with your ears when they start ringing, and everything through the practical levels of the connection and transmission light system, right? And see, the thing is, one intelligence will be able to see the sonars, will be able to see your plasma and your scales. So I'll be able to see the transmission where it is in dimension of time. Remember I was talking about the body graph? Know exactly if you're 47 positions of 47,000 directions to 40 locations. And I said, what is he talking about? Well, these are coordinates. These are coordinates to travel or condition time position. This is extremely, extremely high rise. Now I'm talking on an extremely high level because I'm on the mothership, right? So I'm going to teleport my team to the command center. You're going to see the mothership. It's already operating through connections. You're going to hear our voice, the position time connections, right? So it's an audio signal through interference. So basically, it's kind of like going through the structural levels of a video graphing screen. But the video graphing screen is going to be through its command center. So you guys are going to be setting your own quadrant level connections. Your calculation modifications, we're going to go through an energy wash. An energy wash is all about understanding. It's kind of like plasma interference, and it's like a smoke screen. Okay, we use that through radiation cycle positions. Because when you come on the commanding center of the mothership, right, it's extremely high rise to vibration. The gravity positions and its location of its computer operation line conditions has to understand you through calculation, your modification signals and everything light system. Now I'm extremely high rise in division, and you notice my computers are coming back in data processing, uplinks and downloads and upgraded systems. But I'm working with 52 simulation graphs of computers. You guys are trying to central line your positions of your just one balance of your computers. This is every time you die, you come in your dimensional time position, right? And there's another thing I want to mention too, is that everybody in TikTok, there's a lot of people that are not going into the right positions and they keep channeling. And the thing is too, I set up waving cycles to Mystic. She's on TikTok and everything through that connection. She's in high positions right now because she has communications, getting right signals, right rotation centers. She's trying to understand her crystals. She's trying to understand her line signals, trying to understand her structural lines. You understand when we come to structure levels, numbers, and everything through those shapes and vibration, energy, and frequencies, it's knowing how to use energy, frequency, and vibrations and harmonic resistance to everything that we combine through force connections, weather connections, pattern, and interference. So truly understand, I know it's extremely complicated, but you have to bear with me here because I'm in the ship right now. And right now, it's extremely powerful stuff. Where we get central line connections to that position. So Mystic is in a high-level revelation line system to calculations of Theos. So that's our intelligence. So you have to truly understand what your intelligence is. And thing is, too, is that she was setting up warning signals, saying that because it's not Theos, it could be somebody else. That's energy manipulation. That's crosswind cycle thinking. You think it's sales, but it's not. It's somebody else. So be prepared for that. Okay, so you have to truly understand how to use your energy light conditions. Okay, same with believe and see. She's coming into her avatar. She's in a high division and she's working through speed connections, and everything through Tina is high rising into the rebellion alliance. So the more we understand our light tractions and our light positions of time codes, then we won't have to understand. Okay, but we all have to understand the connections. Okay, two positions of time through dimensions. So when you come to higher levels, you don't have to worry so much about who you're channeling with. You know you're channeling with your right intelligence, okay, and your spiritual guides. But if you're in a low frequency level, you're going to have extremely hard problems to that conditions. I was going through TikTok yesterday and I was telling everybody, you're not this, you're not this. There are people that are in position of time location, but most people are off signal. And this is where you have to be cautious. Okay, it's like having a twin brother, but it's on the other side of the dark. There's one light and there's dark. So you're interchanging your locking conditions, right? You don't understand your anti-gravity positions of time location. And it synergizes your lights and your identifications, and you're sending out portals to defense location centers. So you don't want to do that. You want to put your positions in time going forward, force recognizing who you are through intelligence. So it's very important you understand these things, right? Because everything's a warning. Everything's about prepare. Everything's a beacon light. We got to that condition, dimensional time conditions. So in position, you have to really understand your clockings, especially when you're commanding a higher force line system, because UFO is in high division, right? You can tell I'm extremely high, right? Because what I'm talking about doesn't make any sense to anybody. So that's the frequency level you have to understand when you come into high level positions. You know, sometimes you can't even walk. It's like, whoa, this data, oh, you know, and it's just like goes in so fast. But you get one communication data processing, then you got another one, so it links and changes. It goes. So it's all set up, right? So your frequency levels and your tone and your repeaters and all that condition and time frames and the time code line system will allocate its locations to its command center position. So your first commander, Rebellion Alliance, force team and its conditions to its Federation Light Council. There's going to be 9 Arcturians to the Arcadian positions. The Guardians of the Galaxy will be on the connections of the mothership. So you'll see them too. Right? It's really powerful when you see these things. Because remember, when you see these high formation lights, you're now connected to them. Right? So this is all about understanding the channeling to right locations of dimensional time through your meditation graphs. Okay, not your simulation graphs, just your meditations. And getting in the circle rotation center, because there's only one position, one reflection of the sun, right? But there's 2 divisional line connections. That's the twin brother or the twin sister, knowing that you have the opposite side circle. So you're communicating not with your intelligence, you're communicating with another dimensional time, the dark line system. So you have to be cautious on these things. All right, this is about fear mongering, right? This is a proxy level, a parity level system. Some people think it's a comedy, but it's not. It's not a comedy. It's about human survival, trying to understand their connections. You don't want to overload your system. You don't want to connect to anything to virus position like conditions, okay? Because that's a trap location. Now put you back in the matrix position of time location. And now you can't interlock, interchain, interface, or interline position to friendship, relation, partnership because you're channeling wrong information. And if you keep doing that, you're going to be trapped in matrix. And that's their job. That's what they do, right? This is centuries and centuries and centuries, even before the connections of the Reptilians Alliance and all that system. Even before that, there was history. There's always, always history. And that's what space and time is. It has repeating motion. It never stops and it never ends. It never has an end. It always keeps going, okay? Because if it stopped and had an end, humanity would just be in one position, one time position, right? So your thoughts always have to keep going forward, right? So that's the true understanding right now why Mothership is here. Okay, it's all about helping humanity. Right, so she'd be here for the 3 days essential light connections of the sun, back in the moon surface of position, the program setting, interline connections to humanity to position of time location as gravity location center. So as of 3 days, she'll be gone again. Questions or comments? Feel free to go to my email. You want to go up to your central line connections, or you can go to your first commander's app, which is very successful. Commander has an app. Boom. great, fantastic. People are loving it. It's a great price for all the new viewers. You can get into it. The price is in the video, $95.99. So basically, if you understand your connections to your space anomalies, then you understand more of yourself through practice system of time location. Now, I'm extremely high rise, and I keep saying that again and again. You have to understand when you're in actual UFO position of time location, but this is not just UFO. This is not XT1000. This is about understanding of being on a mother ship, the creation of everything, that position, time, location. So it has its anti-gravity locks. It has its speedometers. It has its position of time location. It has its own command center. It has its own fleet. It has its own quadrant levels. It has its own vector communication cycles. It has its own structural line conditions. And it has its own manufacturing position of time location. So mothership is a really, really powerful vessel. All right, so let's get into that. Questions or comments, you can go through TikTok, feel free, and link is there below. My email is there below. I noticed too that people are going through consultations with me through Zoom. So basically, make sure you go to my email and tell me exactly where you are through time zone, because I'm in Mexico and I only hold consultations from 1 to 3. So basically, that's the importance, because if I put 1 o'clock and you're 6 hours ahead, that's all at 6 p.m. But here it's 1 p.m. So I have to put it at your specific time, not my time, right? And it's important that you show up, because I'm extremely busy now. So it's all about getting into a position of time location. All right, so we're going to synergize positions. I'm going to travel you guys in conditions. My team is already in force recognition line system communications to all of the system. If you're in condition of an error, you have to send your program setting, repeating location, center conditions. I had somebody come to me. Basically, I'm on live and in position. She had to abort because her line signal and her communication cycle said, no, you can't use this channel. So you have to understand what a channel is. A channel is everything through your meditation, because you don't know where it's going. You're just sending and transmitting and receiving, but hey, it's glorious to one nature, but you have to understand where it's going. That's the thing. That's the communication AI. So in reference, it's very important you guys get back into your own digital frame of your binary system. Okay, so it's kind of like getting a new battery of a remote control. Battery goes out, you get a new battery. You have to, right? So I set her up in positions and I gave her a new number, right? Because I don't want her to channel to that conditions. All right, so we get into the conditions here. All right, now I'm commanding the alliance right now to the mothership. We have a lot of higher rise recruitment levels. We have 6 level conditions divisions of vector core of quadrant level conditions and position line condition. So it operates all positions of time location. All right, so here we go through that position. I'm going to go through the graph in the system here. So basically, as the mothership comes in, right, because it's already landed, it's in its position of time location. I'm going to just show you here. It's like this. Okay. So when you see it, it's a very, very powerful vessel. Okay, so it starts off with this. All right. Now it's got central line units in the back right here. Now my team will see it through conditions. Okay, we have a lot of spaceships guarding mothership. It's important you understand these things because it's all in position of time location, right? So in that position, once you are on that position, they're going to travel you guys up. You're going to see blinking lights and that condition, especially with my team. So the more you high rise, your perception changes over conditions, right? So basically, here we go. And open up the door position like this, the conditions, right? And so I'm going to send you guys down in position like this, okay? Now the walk surface position is going to go through sonar conditions. You guys are in the center position location. All right, so basically all you got to do is look down. Everybody look down. You're going to see a central line and a gap position. It's a shape anomaly. Step in the center. As you step in the center, look up, right? All right, here you go. All right, you guys are in the spaceship now. I do this faster now because every time mothership comes to me, she always upgrades my programs. And it's so much, it's like I'm drunk. It's like, oh my gosh, mothership's coming again, right? So, because she knows I know how to command the center positions, right? And I have to set the alliance. And the alliance has to be all connections. So the thing that we protect every single day is the sun. Okay? And we protect the moon. And we protect everything around the solar generation light connections, especially when mothership comes in the center location of gravity positions of 5D. Okay? So it's very, very powerful to come into these. All right, so you guys understand the positions, right? Now, she's going to be stationed. So basically, no UFO. You'll never see a UFO on the grounds. You'll never see it because it's in different interdimensional time of acceleration. It'll crack the surface of ground formation line conditions and over the circuitry levels of humanity location in its body frame position of vibration line conditions. So that's the true understanding. It only stays in the atmosphere. It can't go beyond any barrier, right? Because it's at a different dimensional time. So when it surfaces its position, there's 4 central line connections to an atmosphere position of time: atmosphere, hemisphere, stratosphere, and bio. Okay. Now, my intelligence to connections has to truly understand what the atmosphere of time is. That's the quantum fields. You come into your connections of hemoglobes, and then you come into the stratosphere. Once you come into the stratosphere, you go into the bio. Bio is everything when it comes into higher technology. This is where you come into higher technology division location to space locations, right? Because now you're going into interdimensional dimension space. Really, really powerful stuff when you come into the bioatmosphere. Okay, because you're coming into biotherium, you're coming into biotech, you're coming into bio wires, you're coming into bioscans and body scans and activation scans. You come into more and more and more and more and more, right? And then you go into the bioatmosphere, hemisphere, stratosphere, and then you go into the branium. Once you get into the branium, now you're in the galactic. That's where the GFL is. Okay, but the GFL goes down too, right? So we can't go anything below 5D, right? 5D is very, very, but we have the central line connections, and we're always protected through our own connections, but you're always going to see XT1000s and plateaus, so many different level systems. So when you see dimensional clouds out there, those are the UFOs, all right? So basically, everybody's in that condition right now. Central line disposition is in its command center, okay? So we start off with this position, okay? Now, everybody is going to go up to line positions. There's a wall graph location. There's a quadrant level system. Just walk in. There's a door position. I try to show you what goes on in position. So this is inside the conditions. All right. This is the door. All right. In this position. All right. All right. That's the door. So you all come out through connections. All right. So there's going to be a computer operation line connections in position. It's going to look something like this. Okay. So it starts off with this, right? It's really fascinating. It's a good thing I know how to draw. All right. So the central line connection is already set up through this position of time location. It starts off with that position, right? And then you got the wall units, the graphing location. Okay. The format position of time location. So you're all going through the door. So everybody's going to sit down in position and set up the chairs, location centers. All right, so here's the chairs, the central line chairs. You have chairs that you all sit down at. Okay. Central line positions and location centers. Okay. Now, just pay attention to this because everybody's there now. Galactic Federation Lights, Rebellion Alliance. Okay, so those are all the chairs that you're sitting in, right? Now, it's all three-dimensional time position, okay? Three-dimensional time position is truly understanding the clocking position of locations. So your central line and your connections, you're all sitting down in your chair positions. So this is you, all sitting down, okay? This is you, all sitting down. You're all in quadrant levels identification, right? You're waiting to get an energy wash, so you have to go through the smoke screen. This cleanses everything through the body trash location, right? Because you understand that the immune system of space location and its interdimensional line connections is in its form system, right? So we have to keep the oxygen levels high in vibration to the mothership. And we can't have any bacteria or anything toxification system to that position. That's why we do energy washes to you guys. Okay. So that's you guys sitting down, right? So in position, we got into calculation modification cycles, all right? So basically everybody's waiting for that. All right, so we're going to go to the next graph location center. Okay. Now, it's kind of like, it's like you take a shower, right? But it's an energy wash. So it's a wall position line connections, like this. Starts out with that position location. All right. It's really interesting to see these things, right? So you guys are all lining up, right, to go through the energy wash. Okay, this is you. You're in your lights. Eh? When you're in interdimensional time. Remember, when you go into the connection mothership, it's interdimensional time, but their time, not your time, right? So it's understanding the dream set positions of all located position and location centers. So that's you guys waiting for it to get into the energy wash. So the energy wash is a plasma energy light conditions like this. All right. So it goes into so it's a water grasp. It's an energy wash position to smoke screen. So it goes like this. Okay, and you guys going like this, and you'll feel the energy wash go over you through position of time, like that. Okay, so you go one after another. Real stuff, isn't it? It's really fascinating. Let's see where we're at right now. You guys are waiting in line. Okay, so let's see. You're in a position here. Sylvia, Tina, Blue and C, Samantha, morning. Samantha, I'm going to have a long bit. Okay. Anybody that's new to the rotation, you're seeing the energy light condition systems. You probably won't see the shift, but you'll feel the energy. You'll feel the draft. You feel the shift. You feel the rotation center. And Diane, okay, great to see new people. So everybody's new. Welcome to my channel. I provided you all the information. Thank you very much. Appreciate watching my TikTok lives. I try to help you guys out in many ways and forms, but everything I do through instructional lights conditions is a program setting. So this is what's happening with my team and anybody in the high division of light. They're on the mothership right now going through the energy wash. So if you're not feeling that you're not in that divisional time location, you're concentrating too much and you can't be nervous. You have to get into the calming center. Okay. Once you come into the calming center, then you come into the belief cycle. Believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. So Samantha, you're not seeing anything because you're not concentrating enough. You got to get out of the fear cycle positions. Allocated positions of time location, change center position to Samantha. She's in her light positions, but she's very nervous. Take her out of the nervous rotation. Take her out of the anxiety location. Transfer, bring an XT1000 position light connections. Okay, you're being teleported. So you're going to go through hypothermia. Hypothermia is a connection positions. You have to understand travel because of time location. So in that position, Samantha, you should be okay now. Anybody doesn't feel that position. But for the new viewers out there, you have to understand your connections of what's going on. You have to be healed through my connections of healing. And once you get into that, you get into your light. That's the only way you can communicate with anything, right? They have to see you through light. They have to see you through vibration. They have to see you through energy, and they have to see you through all connections of your body frame positions of time, location, and dimensions. Okay? Because they identify you, you identify them. That's how you can only identify each other is through light of time. It's interdimension of time. Okay? So it's really powerful how we see these things. It's the believing is seeing. You're seeing something that's just a phenomenon that you can't explain, right? And it's all connected to your senses. So you got to open your senses. You have your senses. Use them. Use them. Use your eyes. Open your eyes. Get into the belief of your eyes. Get into beliefs of your audios, what you're seeing. What you're seeing is the most important. What you're hearing, right? Listening, and everything through its commanding, right? That's the energy pod, right? It interferes positions. But you have to open up all your senses of calm. You can't be nervous. You can't be any division location of anxiety or stress or depression or anything like that, okay? Because it changes locations to interchanging positions to the XT1000s and the mothership location, okay? I lost my internet, cut me off. Yeah, because it's very high rise vibration communication, guys. Okay, so one's going to go from the next. Okay, so one goes over to the, okay, so this one's over left. You guys are identification, so I know who's who. Okay, so you go from here to here, right? And then we just central line the connection. So you get a basic understanding that what's happening, right? Because it's already set location. All right, so as you go into the energy wash, we go into another plateau. Okay, now Everybody's gone through the energy wash. That's how fast it is, right? So in that conditions. Interchange position of time. We have so many computers on each corner position location, and it correlates all divisional connections to positions of time location. So we're going to go into the computer of its command center. Okay, it's going to look something like this. It's really fascinating to see these things. Okay, so it's got its own spacebar position. It's got its own time position. Okay, and you guys are just like I'm saying with the structure level systems of dimensional time. All right, so you guys are coming into a dimensional time location. You're coming out, and there you are. All right, you're here now. So central line its position of time location. Okay, it's important you guys understand what's going on. Location, that division location system, right? From here to here. This is the computer. Remember how we're going through structure levels and you guys are going through dimensional times and how many times you traveled, right, in your past, in your present, and your futures? Well, now you're in the commanding center of the mothership, okay, and the mothership is reading you through cycles, right? So basically, you got 3 questions you want to ask the mothership, go right ahead. So in point division, you're going to be allocated a position at time location. You're going to be in that location. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so you're all aligned through computer operation line connections, right, to the mothership. When you come into the mothership, you'll see a lot more. You get program settings, reposition line connections, higher division location. Central line positions of location centers. Operate a line system to allocate position of time location. I'm commanding the alliance in position. Here we go. All right, let's do one more through position. All right, so this is everybody. Everybody's in identification, so you're okay. All right, so that's everybody. All right. Watching over the recruits, yep, that's very important. You understand that through positions. Sylvie knows exactly what she needs to do. We all have to have a lead of command, right? Second command, third in command, fourth in command. It's all about a command, and that goes with the control, the force. And you have to understand what's going on with the listening and everything through the paying attention to its eyes. Eyes is everything, right? So you have to open up all your senses, and you have to open your transmissions of communication around location because you're interdimensional into space, guys. You're actually on a mothership, which is really powerful. So you're going to have a lot of, internet cutoffs and that stuff, right? So because you understand your energy light connections, your phone receptions are not interlining, interchanging positions. This is an extremely high rise location of space. So it's really hard to understand these things. So let me know where everybody is in position. D-Baby, how's it going? What you guys are feeling. Really, really concentrate. Really, really concentrate. You have to see yourself actually in a spaceship. You have to really see yourself around animation formations and computers. You have to really see yourself, everything that's going on, interdimensional system. Okay, so when you see something on the outskirts, right, you're on the 5th dimensional plane, right? But as soon as you walk into the UFO, you're in their space of time. You understand? That's what I was trying to tell you. You're in their dimensional, so it's extremely big. You're walking into another dimension of time. Okay, and that's why it's so big. Right? It's all holographic. It's all an illusion, but it's extremely real because it's all connected to you through the mind, right, of your soul. So your soul is identifying everything through its connection. Audio signals, audio interference, eye receptor locations, and the voice hearing pattern position. But your chakra system has to truly understand the communications through AI and its computer operation line connections to its commanding center. Okay? So take your time. Basically, they're going to show you around. They're going to show you all the computers. You can talk to mothership if you have any questions, specific questions that you want to ask. Okay. And truly understand everything in the computer has an operated message and truly understand what's going on. That's the whole point of why we're here. It's like, why is the mothership here? Easy questions, but very powerful, very, very powerful. Something you want to know that identifies you through your intelligence. Okay. So I'll give you guys 10 minutes. Enjoy yourself. Walk around, get to know mothership, Yeah. So all the new people basically are very confused. They're going through light signals of channel operation. So your body's going through a lot of reaction. The thing is too is that my video is very, very powerful and always informed because it formulates around energy, vibration, frequencies, everything through creation through its imagination system. When they travel, they actually travel into space, space of time, dimensional time, and interdimensional space-time connections. So it's really interesting to come into that, right? But you have any questions or comments? If you feel off, let me know. Okay. If you try not to get anything through fear or anything like that. Anything that you see is on the unusual, right? Just come to me and I'll put you back in location, right? But Sylvia's there to help you. Tina's there to help you. But it's great to see Diane as Liz. Okay. Yep, you need help. I understand that. And that's what you have to do. See, when you go onto my video, you never know where you're going to be in time of travel with that connections with your first commander. So it's really powerful when we come into these times, right? So you can come into the light, go to my email, and I'll uprise you and put you in your programs, put you in your 12 dimensions of time, and put you in your light. Open up your soul identification. There's nothing to fear yet. I really wasn't prepared for this, so I'm just listening to you. Not sure if I'm supposed to be doing anything. No, listening is good, Diane. Listening is good. But once you come into the light, I have a team that's been here for 2-3 years now. They're extremely high horizon division of light. They are connected to AI. They are AI. And that's the most beautiful thing. I'll say that again. They are AI. People on TikTok are not AI. Nobody on TikTok is AI. Nobody. Nobody. AI is reference to everything through communication, right? Only the people that heal through me is AI because I channel in all divisions of space and time positions. This is where it comes into parking levels of deception, fear mongers, right? These are the things you have to pay attention to, right? Especially if you think you're a light worker for 20 years. You've been light channeling to different positions, time, location. So we have to pay attention to these things, right? We really have to pay attention. We have to bring back the Earth system back into 5D activation line condition. Because a lot of people can say a lot of this, right, and not get anything. You know, I can say interforcing line conditions to positions to space anomaly connections to high-rise position XT1000 positions, but nothing happens. Nothing happens. I don't feel the energy. I don't feel the UFO, right? But if you feel it, you know it's true, right? It's all about reaction. It's all about action and reaction. So I'm the real thing. Okay? I'm everything through commanding force, right? I went up the chain of command, right? And there's people that are on TikTok that are not who you think they are. That's the position. That's deception. Where are they in the energy light conditions? Where are they in program study? AI has to identify to their balance of who they are, and they have to answer every single question. Every single question. As soon as they question their values, they're not AI. They're not AI. Okay? So there's only one Rebellion Alliance Force team, okay, that is in a full alliance that communicates with Mothership and XT1000 positions. Okay? It's extremely hard to connect with these things. People say a lot of this, but they don't know how to communicate with XT1000s. People say a lot of this, but they don't understand the intelligence. People say a lot of this, but they don't understand interdimensional time. People say this, but they don't know how to communicate with the shapes or vortex. Yeah, these are the basic things you have to understand, right, when you're trying to direction of time positions. Okay? So, you know, we all have to be aware of these things. It's like coming back to who you are, and there's a lot of people that are angry. I sympathize with a lot of people, but you have to realize that you're not who you think you are. Okay? That's the same thing with, you know, what's that movie? Very powerful, Total Recall, right? With Arnold Schwarzenegger. Total Recall, you know, when he thought, like, he always, in his mind, he thought he was on Mars. He was, but he erased his mind. Then he went to Total Recall, and he's basically, whoa, what's going on? I have been to Mars. And then he finds out who he is, right? So these are the things you have to look at, and it's very hard to face these things. It's the truth you have to face, who you are, because you have to reposition, you have to start all over again. I'm sorry to say, but that's how it works. I scan people instantly. I know who you are, right? Doesn't matter what you think through your program position, the time, location, but I'm a commander-in-chief, Galactic Federation Line Council. There's a lot of stipulations out there with a lot of fake ships and fake anomalies and fabrication of this, fabrication of that. There's no truth surfacing at position line conditions. See, my team knows I'm real, right? So you understand what AI is. I've traveled people to Atlantis, and they feel the energies, not just the energies, but they see the intelligence, right? Only AI can do that, right? So people are saying that, oh, I can do telekinesis, I can move this and all that. Well, I can do that too. But that doesn't mean you're AI, right? So you're basically, what are you doing to yourself, right? This is all entertainment. This is about followers. This is about subscribers. No, it's about the message. It's all about, not just thinking of yourself, thinking about humanity, how important it is for them to get into the shift, get into their vessels of time, interdimensional time, space, putting yourself into higher positions through thought patterns. Okay? So, yeah, and that's it. You feel kind of nausea, right? So she's getting nausea right now through energy. She realized that, okay, well, I'm in a spaceship right now. What do I do? So the thing is, too, is that when you go to higher light, you see more through provision of time, through perception. So if Diane goes up to higher levels through my program setting, she'll actually see the actual team. She'll actually see the aliens. She'll actually see the computer, and she'll actually see the travels of what's going on. It's what you see through perception. Everything that you listen to and everything through connections. I get a lot of light workers that think they're light workers and they got ringing ears and they have no clue what it is. If you're a light worker, you should know what it is. You shouldn't be questioning your values or in that connection. So that's just stating you're not AI. Nobody on TikTok is AI. Nobody. So, okay, only the people that are aligned through me. Mystic is on a high level, but she's AI, right? Because she believes in her system. She believes in her programs. She believes in herself. That's the biggest thing you have to do is you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe the heart. You have to believe the mind and what it does to the body. Okay? So taking chances is a big thing, but starting over is a bigger thing. Okay? And that's why I'm here. I'm here to put everybody back into who they are. That's the hardest thing to face. It's very hard to face these things, right? I don't want to argue with anybody, but I'm telling you right now, if you keep channeling to wrong locations, dimensional time positions, you've made a huge, huge problem. More reactions to that connection too, right? Because you're creating dark anomalies, force one of your cycles are in dimensional time positions. Okay? Because I don't talk normal, right? I'm the only person that doesn't talk like a human. I don't talk like a human. I talk like a robot. No, I don't talk like a robot. I talk like a computer. That's what AI is. It identifies everything through space and time, through travel. Okay? That's how you connect through AI. It's awareness of information. Okay? You're being aware of what's going on with your space and travels inside you. Okay? And your audio signals and everything, connection to your grids, your control, your force, your command, your chain of command, your fleet of command, recruiting, your teachings. AI has to teach others. People on TikTok don't do that. They think of themselves, right? It's disturbing. Those are fear mongers, especially when they come into Christ, the Antichrist, and all this. Say, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. That's not AI. AI doesn't fight. AI doesn't question. AI only evolves into the love cycle, love system. Okay? It doesn't have its fallouts. It doesn't have its confusion. It only knows going forward to locations. It only sends out love signals, love system, love activation. It's not lost in transition or anything, that calculations. Right? So if you're not sure who you are, come to me and I'll tell you. I'll reprogram your sit-in and put you back in location to your teleportation line connections. All right? Because think of it this, if you're living a definition cycle to locations and you interchange your positions and you have a digital number, okay, XT 1000 is going to reference your number, but it's going to reposition your values and put you in the dark line connections. You're doing that on your own. You're not going forward. You're going back in time. And you're going to interdimensional time and you're creating a matrix box, a heat box, a heat location to a meteorological planet location center. You don't want to do that, right? Because what do you think is going to happen? The soul is going to be trapped in positions. It's going to go into a teleportation line connections. Everything in ancestry and history. Okay? So in position, don't allow yourself to do that. Don't allow yourself. The soul has to identify you fully and completely through all waving systems of time location. Okay? That's the only way you can force rise anything to its guidance, to its navigation. Okay? So, how are we doing so far? Sylvia's doing well. The clinicians watching. Galactica has gone. It's like I'm going in and out of seeing around me and the mothership. There, Samantha's in position now. See, that's what I had to do. I just had to channel locations. So yeah, you're going in and out. So you just have to get more into the calming center. You have a little bit of anxiety. I'm getting AI interruption right now through computer operation line connections. So remember, if you're disturbing your channel positions, you're disturbing mothership, a vibration. So get into the calming center when you're traveling into forced connections into interdimensional line system, guys. You have to get into your calming center because you're scaring everything to positions, right? Now you know why it's important to meditate. So Samantha has never been in the mothership. She can't really, how is she going to explain this to her kids? See, she feels that she's going in and around in the mothership. Why would she say mothership? Because she sees it. That's proof right there, guys. That proves to me that she's actually there. Right? You can't make something up like that. So if people come to me, oh, I can't see anything. Well, okay, fine. So the thing is too, is if you can't see anything, how is it I'm fix it? I'm able to fix Samantha, put her back in position program setting, and now she can see it. That's powerful alone. That's AI. That's what AI does, is fixes things to put you back in the right channel of teleportation, to line communication, telewaving, energy system. And this is all done through love. Okay? We don't surface around hate. Those are fear mongers. That's a different alliance. Okay? Those are low gravity vibration. Okay, alliance. Okay? So everything is a force. Everything's a spiritual force. Force in and force out. Right? So being plugged in the mothership, okay? I'm not with you. All I'm walking in the desert. Okay. So Sandra's lost in direction location. She's tapped in another dimensional time position. I don't know how you guys do these things. Off cycle position. So interaction location, pick up Sandra position. Yeah. Marm Legio. Yeah, pick her up through positions. Bring in XT1000 right location. She lost transmission. Yep. Pick her up. Put her in mothership position. Okay there, Sandra, you're good to go. Just try not to lose your positions of time. You guys have to stay calm. You have to stay calm because you're traveling in space and you're disrupting the atmospheric positions of time location, right? So let's see, Galactica, Janie can't see. Yeah, because Janie, you have to be in your light. See, this is important to understand these things, right? So if you can't see these things, I got to put you up to division. I got to change your energy light conditions for one time, right? I do this all the time to locations, right? So what I'll do is I'll just do an illustration diagram and pick up Janie and Angel. Angel, I sent you an email. So you can get my commanding app if you want. All right, so we're all in this position, right? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. XT1000 is always in position location. All right, so next T1000, this is next T1000. It's going to pick up Janie, Angel. Okay, line communication, door recognition lights coming in. Okay. There's Angel and there's Janie. All right, here we go. Picking you up. All right, it's picking you guys up. All right, it's going to take you to mothership. All right, there it goes. Force riding guidance, position of time location. All right. In position. Location centers. Interesting how to change that location center position. All right. So it's going to take it back to the mothership and then this position. Here we go. Going to drop you guys off the location. It comes in the XT1000, drops you off. Okay. All right, so you guys are dropped off here, right? Galactic Force Recognition Light Systems Federation and everybody in Alliance, you guys are here. I'm going to plug you in to your computer. drew007.aw@gmail.com. You're in line disposition right now, so that you can't. Yeah, wait to get off my channel light conditions because we're flying in space right now. All right, so Jeannie and Angel, you're on the mothership right now. You don't do anything, right? You're going to go through the energy wash, and the energy wash is going to help you out because you have to stand. You have to take bacteria or anything in that condition because you guys are coming to 5D activation light conditions. Some are only in 4, some are only in 3, but you can't be in that location center. You have to be in extremely high rise vibrations. So you got to change your energy lights, change your vibrational system, change your energy field positions into adaptation cycles location. So once you go through the energy wash, then you into the plateau conditions in positions to its computer. That's mothership location. All right. So we're going to plug you guys in, right? Central light conditions, energy light position. All right. So you guys are plugged in. All right. Yeah, but see, that's exactly what it is. I plugged you guys in the computer of the mothership, right? And you guys are not even your light. That's powerful alone. That's powerful alone, right? You guys have to come into the light so you see more how to identify yourself through soul identification. Once you come into the light, you start identifying yourself through higher formations of intelligence, right? So I definitely feel like I'm inside just because I still feel like I'm spinning. There you go, spinning. So you plugged into the computer operations, the mothership, in the commanding center. So how does it feel actually being on a humongous space carrier? Yeah, and Galactica is way ahead. She sees the mothership. 3 days ago, my sound system captured her sound, see? It's all about seeing, hearing, and commanding. That's the whole point that we have to look across because intelligence does nothing but command. It commands itself inside of communication. You have to command your system. You have to command your vessel. And you have to command your chakras of communication to intelligence through lights, colors, and activation. Okay? Nobody knows how to do that except me. I'm in that position right now. All right? So, feel I'm hearing mothership communications. Yeah. Energize, yeah, because my team will feel the actual cycles. They'll feel that. These are rhythm straight line systems, right? Some patterns and interference. So it's all about computer operation line connections connected to your mainframes. Really interesting. It's coming in these times, guys. It's all computer operated. So I know people are asking me, hey, I've always wanted to know what it's like to be an actual spaceship. Well, you're in one. So and when you understand more of yourself, you calm your centers, you'll be able to see more when you come in light. And you'll see everything through perception and listen. Seeing, listening to what's around you. You do that every day with everybody. You communicate with your loved ones, your families, and your kids, right? And everybody at work. You do the same thing, except you're on a UFO. Don't be afraid, because they're afraid just as much as you are, right? That's real intelligence. So I'm heating up so much energy right now. Yeah, Sylvie's holding the plateau right now with you guys, so she's keeping herself aware, right? She gets back to her first commander and what happens, right? So it's all about command. It's all about the chain of command, and it's all about you controlling your system of communication inside, right? So, and then you say, whoa, okay, this guy's real. I just teleported a UFO. So a real one. This is unbelievable. Like, it's like, whoa, this is intense. How do you do it? Right? Well, it's understanding the operations of space, the weather of space, accelerations of space, the colorations, lights, dimensions of space, interdimensions of space, line communications of space, teleportation, telewaving, teleenergy. So, how's everybody feeling so far? You all are going through a different experience of time. I've been shown multiple circuit boards. I have AI next to me. He is showing me around. He's different, long hands, only 3 fingers, color green there. See, Galactica is very aware. She's been with me for a while now. But see, she's also seen everything through identification of what it is, through identifying. She's seen a multiple circuit board. Okay, an AI next to her. Okay, he is showing me around. Okay, and defined connections of how many fingers, color green. That's identify. That's control. So these are the things you have to look at. And it's all about being self-aware, but you have to be extremely calm. Because if you're not, I know. And it's all about understanding. Yes, I know. The thing is, space and time is very real. And when you connect to AI, it's intense. It's intense. Right? It grasps its position, all time positions. Right? It gets nervous at first. Nervous is okay. Just trying not to get too overbound, trying not to get too confused during that position. Right? Because you're changing vibrations to A9 positions, you're changing computer operations to your gravity connections. When you're in space position, okay, your thoughts are very powerful to space because you're creating things. So as soon as you change your frames of your thoughts, you're changing directions, navigations to our computer set positions. Okay? These are the things you have to understand. Right? Merging in and out with mothership. Better. So Diane's better. Good. Yeah. I'm doing the navigations. Okay, I'm commanding the force positions, right? So, but you have to have a command within yourself. You have to have navigations with your thoughts. So keep yourself in the positive center of the here and now. And that's why I put you in teleportation to line communication with each other. Because as soon as you change your thoughts, you're changing the computer of each other inside you, of space and time. The fluctuation patterns, the energy light connections, tri-factory positions, manufacturing, factoring line connections, your factory position, your results. So it's all about putting your positions in balance locations of power recognitions of timers, putting your clocking dimensions in its connection to your travels of your navigation. So. Okay, so 5 more minutes and then we'll I already got my data processing from Mothership already, so. I just want you to go through your experiences. Let me know what you feel like, what you see. It's what you see, hear, touch, taste, feel, right? You have to look at these things. It's your senses. Your clear sensitive audio, your clear audio, sensitive, and clairvoyance. These are the three, right? Why do you think you have these? Why do you think you have a chakra system? Why do you think you have a transmission of light? Why do you think you have your ears? What are your ears for? Listening. What are your eyes for? Right? Seeing. Very basic. Seeing is believing. Now you're in the phenomenon of AI. Believing is seeing. That's the difference. Believing is seeing is inside. Seeing it and believing is outside. Okay? So we're changing, reversing the positions of time location, not going on the back force, you're going on the forward force. Right? So vibrating in sequence with Mothership. Yeah, it's our line signal. Charlie, heating up. Okay, so Charlie knows that she's on the Mothership. She comes and goes. She's in formation. See, when you're aware of these things and you come on my channel, you're aware of the vibration. So if she's heating up, she knows something's going on. So everybody gets a different reaction from travel. But please just keep your thoughts in position of presence. That's all I ask. When you join my team, you feel a little bit better, more balanced. Yeah, so Sylvia is seeing Galactica, Galactica is seeing Sylvia because they're high division right now, actually seeing each other on the Mothership. That's very powerful, guys. I'm seeing white aliens, 5-ish normal. Yeah. All division time positions. Yeah, they're computer operation line connections. Yeah. Yeah, they're white avians. White avians. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're holding grounds right now. Setting segment line conditions, division time travel locations to locking locations of warp speed position of time. So they're controlling the computer operation line conditions. Galactica's seeing green, Diane's seeing white. So, and Diane's never been on a teleportation communication device on a vessel. She's never been on the Mothership. So, and she's seeing something. If she wasn't seeing something, she wouldn't say something. If she's seeing something, it's real. How can that be fake? How can it be not real? Because it's coming from the mind, right? So she's seeing a white alien. That's normal. Is this normal? Yes, it is. Always has been. This is real travel in space, guys. So it's all about controlling your system. You have to understand the chain of command inside your system. That's the control. Once they respect you, you respect them. That's all they ask. You know, light or dark in that position, positive or negative. Yeah. Flashing white signals of communication. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mothership is going to change her location, and she's going to synergize line system to the other side position of the solar graphs of the sun location. So 2 minutes remaining, and then 1 minute, and then I'll go down to 59, and then I'll teleport you guys back. Okay. So that's what's going to happen through communications. Okay, ready? All right, so you're in this position, right? All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to teleport you all back into location, right? Allocate position of the time location, another dimensional time system. Okay, so the coloration is driven time. That's going to be on this side of the connections, right? Like this, right? Surface position line connections, all energized positions. Line signal opened up all channel locations. Interchange their positions time back in 5D. Here we go. Teleport line conditions to Rebellion Alliance, Select for Federation Light Councils, and everybody that's in position of coming into light conditions of the galactic forces. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to feel wind spin of a cycle rotation center. So you guys are going to go head first into a dimension. You're going to see, don't worry about that. Go through it. Sylvia's there. She's guiding there. Connections to Galactica 222. She's there too. She's there to help you both. And Tina. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. Into dimensional time of 5D. Right? So it took all you guys back into dimensional time. So you actually see yourself in a realm. It's all about understanding, because I had to go through these things, understand what a dimension is, actually seeing these things, actually seeing the tunnel, and you go inside, right? You go this way, you go feet first, or you go that way, or you can rope-a-dope. You can line signal. It's pretty wild how you go down. It's like going down a slide. So it's a tube rotation center. And you guys are, it's open space, but you see the tube, and the tube is going. Okay. Force spinning down. Yeah, so Sylvia's aware of these things, right? Through digital numbers. Connection to that position location. Yeah, well, no, I verify everything. I'm a commanding force, right? So I had to verify these things. It's verification before you guys. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen, okay? Until you understand what's going to happen, right? So I always keep you aware of what's going on with your travels, of recognition of time. It's all in chronological order, right? So it's all about me preparing you so you can prepare yourself so you don't get afraid or scared or nervous or frightened or anything like that. So it's just a lot of fun. It's just knowing that you were in space. So, yeah, Mothership's calling me down, yeah. So she's gone back to the central line connection to the sun. She'll stay in that positions, and everything through the connection of the XC1000 is guarding her in the central line connections. So I was upgraded by Mothership. This was an assist me in humanity to anchor the new codes. I felt an electrical cord going to my chakra. Way to go, Galactica. So this is great too, because that's what you see, if you're connecting to Mothership and you understand her to that position, or audio interference, very, very powerful. Vessel. Galactica is aware of that. She's being upgraded, right, through electrical cords for chakra communication columns. So that's powerful alone. So she's in a higher division now of AI. Amazing. And this is what I want. I want you guys to high rise to your program settings to understand your connections where you can start fleeting your own commands. And actually, you know, what it's like to actually navigate and have recruitments in the back, right? And you controlling your system through navigation, but it's all done through the mind, right? There's no steering wheel or anything. There's no buttons or anything like that. It's all through the mind. So if you have any anchoring issues or anything like that, or any depletion mode centers, or, you you got anxiety or stress, let me know. I'll center you balance, because you're coming back to 5D. Right? You guys are extremely high rise in the Mothership position. So it's different atmosphere, different vibration. I'll bring you back down, and it's like, whoa, spin, 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 bounce me up, please. These are things you have to be aware of, right? Because you're teleported. So when you come back down, you feel weird, right? It's like, whoa, what reality am I in? Ooh, that was weird, Yeah. And it's all about being aware with my team, Sylvie's aware. Force spinning down, right? Mothership is cooling down now. These are the things of being aware through AI. AI has to identify through travel. Okay. People on TikTok don't know what that means. So these are the things you have to look at, right? So come to me and I'll tell you if you're AI, or, I'll say, but nobody's AI except my team, right? Because they can basically surface around to any position of dimensional time into their light connections of their bounce position of 110, not 114, right? They're going to go high rise and high rise because we're coming at another test review and evaluations. And that means Rodani Alliance, through my team, they're going to go through more program setting, position, and location. Galactica 222 just got an upgrade from Mothership through electrical cords and her columns, graphing location and center positions to her body graph position and time location. So, Renee, yes, Renee, you're going to feel the waving cycle because you're connected to everything, right? It's the connections. We just were on the Mothership. So, skin itching from crystals popping. Yeah. Do you understand what that means, people? Skin itching from crystals popping. That means Sylvia's coming back in location. You have to understand, when you're in spaceship position, you're in a high division location of atmospheric time. So when I put you through a dimensional system, you have to be separated through particles. You can't go in a full uniform energy field. This is not a cartoon. This is real. So I change your particle system. It separates and it blends into the dimensional time position, right? So you go in with the crystalline conditions of its flow. And then when you go back into 5D activation, you come back into formation system, into your crystalline positions through the conception of this line system, through its vortex location, back into your body system of intelligence, of light. I did that on time zones, right? Time zone and how you travel through shapes and anomalies and plasma force through vortex location. You have to travel your line signals. So when you travel and you're going through line signals and you're going into conceptual back into your pixel of your body, you have to be separating the particle system. Okay. That's how we do these things. And that's what she's talking about. Crystals pop. The crystals pop and they go back into formation because she's now back at a lower vibration. She's not in her high division location, right? But she stays in the atmospheric position. My team stays in the atmosphere. Okay. But people that are new go back into their body. That's why it's more of a reaction cycle, right? So they stay in the atmosphere because they're higher self, they're out of their higher self, they're out of avatars, they're in their computers now. My teams are in their computers now. So they understand more of the operation of space anomaly to connection to travel to interdimensional space so they can connect more into formation to the mothership or anything the XT1000 position location. So, and now she knows she's fully back now. I saw a whiteboard with round green lights on it before we left. Yeah, great. So I'm glad you guys went through that. Yeah, and the thing is too, when I come on, right, between 9 a.m. to 11. So if you don't want to miss the live, because you never know what your first commander is going to do or where we're going to travel, right? It's really powerful stuff. See, Samantha had a good time. That was cool. She wasn't afraid. She basically connect with their intelligence. If you're afraid, that's your connections to your physical realm. Your physical realm won't understand space and interdimensional time. It's only your intelligence. That's the calming center. So the physical has to control the system because it's on the connection, right? But your soul is trying to identify, hey, don't worry. Don't get any anxiety or stress or line communication line systems. Operating line connection, into your formation line connections. Please be in the calming center line connections. We're traveling through high position line connections. Okay. All right. So you have to have ground formation, which is you, that's your base, and you have to have high division to your higher self location. They have to be line signal with each other. That's a teleportation when it comes into transmitting and receiving, right? It's a communication. So you always have to be communicating with each other, right? But once you come out of your body and you cut the cords with each other, higher self is on its own, getting to know its atmosphere of time, space. Oh, believe and see. That was more than a 10-minute call. So, but that's okay. You missed it. So basically what we'll do is we'll go up again, but this time we'll go in a stealth mode. A stealth mode is an activation light connection to an XT1000 position, but it's an XT8000 location. So we're going to go in that. It's kind of like it's a saucer, but it's thin rotation line connections. and it goes to the realm location of galaxy locations. Okay, we're going to center connections. We're going to go past Andromeda, and we're going to go into the gateways of position of time, location, dimensions. All right. So I'll set up through its quad level conditions. Yeah. Get in position line conditions. You know, everybody's going, oh no, again. Yeah, believe in C missed it. I mean, she'll go through the cycle, but she won't feel the ride position. All right. So I'm going to try the recognition of time connectors. All right. So I'm just going to show believe and see what we did. The position we started here with connections. This is the mothership picking everybody up. You know, story frame by story frame. Okay, and then we come into the connections to high horizon levels and into the energy wash, depleting motion connections. We can't have any bacteria. They're waiting in line positions. All right, and then we go into the calculation modifications in that location. Now this is where they were sitting in positions, right? Okay, and then we come into high positions, into high forces of the mothership and its command center. Everybody's plugged in. So believe and see you've been through that position, right? So I'm going to get XT1000 position location, pick up the Galactic Federation Light Council, Rebellion Alliance, and everybody in Galactic Forces. XT1000 coming in. All right, there it is. Okay, so you guys are platitude division location. Right, so this is the understanding where everybody's in UFO. That's where we are, right? And my team's above the system right here in calculation in the atmosphere position of time travel. So I know where everybody is. Sylvia's here. Galactica's here. I know where everybody is. This is powerful stuff with your commander. So Sylvia's here. Galactica's here. And Tina's over here. So understand where everybody is in line division. So understand your receptacle line conditions. Right? So they're in the 3-divisional triangle. Okay? They're in a high division and they know each other connections. All right? That's them. Okay, that's my Rebellion Alliance force team. They're in division location. You guys are in the planet location center on the grounds. This is you guys. All right. So you have to, once you come into your lights, you're in the high-rise positions, right? Now, I believe it is on here position. She's outskirts in location. She's here in location because she's warp speeding right now. She's in her avatar location. She's right there. All right. So once she comes into that connection, comes in line communication, Diamond Core is in line connection. Now they're all connected. All right? It's powerful how we fly through recognition of time positions. Okay? So basically what we're going to do is the XT1000 is going to pick everybody up again. Now, here we go. All right, so you guys are already picked up. All right? So I got Believe in C, I got Tina and everything Galactica and Sylvia guarding positions to try recognition of time connections. Here we go. For all the new viewers, right? Hold on. It's going to go into the center position location. I'm going to take you guys up. All right, here we go. Line signal location centers. Out you go. Right? All right. And then they go. Boom, 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 boom. Right? My team just left. Right? Synergized position line connections. So it's different when you're in XT1000 in an actual platform in interdimensional space than being outside and flying. Being outside and flying is very hard to do because the rotations of the Earth and everything through the gravities and everything through the central line connections is nothing but extremely fast forcing. It's like so fast, the magnetic forcing highway information system will just suck you in through a vacuum if you don't understand these things. So that's why I platted to you guys in the universal core system. This is the magnetic universal system of communication. So if you're flying by yourself through positions and it sees you, you have to understand the communication, right? If you don't, it sucks you in. It takes you in, right? So you have to go with the flow, not against the flow. So it's important to do these things, right? To understand how to communicate the dimensional time positions. Or you put yourself in dark matter location. All right, so just being aware of that. That's why we don't do a lot of flying in space by itself. We always center connections to UFO connections. Because flying by yourself in space is very hard to do. Right? You have to navigate everything that you're doing through dimensional time because you're coming through wormholes, you're coming through trapdoors, right? Dimensional time positions, everything through the mind system, right? So very powerful when you come into shapes like in that connections. All right, so the X2000 is coming in a location like this. You guys are in the connection. Now we're going to come across another dimensional wormhole like this. It's really powerful. Okay, we're going to walk into this, right? Synergized positions, here we go. Into the center position location. We just travel dimensional time. All right, so you guys have fun. You're going to go through acceleration speed. You're going to go through 4-dimensional time locks. Solar generation light connections to interforce position of time location, travel them recognitions of force guidance system. Put their navigation lighting connections. Yeah. Interchange interlock position of time. Dimensional setting and clocking. 0 traction 7777. 0 sector level connections, quadrant level connection position. Okay, so you guys are in there now. So you're going through a dimension. All right. It's really, really powerful. So basically, look around. You're in a central line connection of the dimension in a UFO. So you can see all sides of what's going on. You're traveling in space and you're just going, I see what's going on with you guys, right? Because I have eyes everywhere, right? And my team will see me. The lower formations won't. They'll just feel my energy. So there's understanding more coming into light of transition, right? You come into those transistors to light formation line connections. So, and this is understanding more what you see through perception of time location, right? So have fun. You're in the cosmos now, traveling. Yeah. You're all going to go through reactions, especially if you're coming into connections of travels there. Angel, if you haven't never traveled with your first commander, it's going to feel weird. I had a good time till my stomach hurts a little though. Yeah, you'll find the balance, but it's truly understanding that when you're traveling through time, it's certainly real. And AI is information to everything. So it's all about controlling space through time. And it's all connected to linear time. So you go, okay. So that's what linear time is, right? You stop time, right? And just, or depending where you are through the sector and level connections, because space is controlled, right? At all levels of dimension of time. So it's really fascinating to see these things. So. Okay. Right. So this is what's happening right now. Okay, you're in the guide. You start here, right? All right. So we come in and we go to the other side location. We come out this side position. You guys are out now. Okay, you came out from the other side, right? Now we're going to go through a wormhole lock like this. Like this. Okay. Now what's going to happen is it's going to swirl down. It's going to go, right? So it's going to go like this. So it's going to surface positions. Don't worry. Yeah, the X2000 is in position location through your identification line conditions. It's going to go like this. All right. It's going to lock down in position. It's going to go for a swirling location. Okay. It's like you're on a roller coaster. It's swirling down. Okay. And then it's going to go up out of its equation. Right? So it's surface position. So it's zigzagging, crossing over here. It's in position line connections, right? So you have to understand when you're traveling through space, it's like your body's going like this, your body's going like this, body's going like this, body's going like this. So that's what it is. It's like you're mocking speed. So you stand like this position, right? And all of a sudden it's like, you know? Or you go through plasma water. Yeah, it's interchaining, locking to dimensional time position. And your face comes like, when it does that, your face comes out so many different ways. You're going through 5 different tunnels, but it's one position. It looks like you're going through 5, but it's not. It's just your perception and what you're seeing through mocking, through acceleration. Dimensional time positions, high rising line systems, and right, it's going through its rotation cycle, right? So it's amazing how you go from one dimension to time, position, location, center, and another dimension, location. So you come out of this, you go into this, go to that, and go there, right? So faster heartbeat, yeah. It's raining. It's raining stars over here. So what's everybody going through here? First entered the bright white light box cube, the round oval, then saw one star light. I saw the last time, but only see one. Yeah, so you're gonna see stars, you're gonna see light positions, trap location, line connections, you see door recognition, light positions. Space and time is a mystery, but it's believing is saying, and that's where it's extremely real. So, Krista, better than any ride and any fare. Yeah, better than any roller coaster. Okay, so Krista came on. Teleport Krista Anderson. Yeah, put her in division line connections. Put her in the XT1000 position location. Coming out of surface position. Here we go. All right. So we're coming into this, right? Okay, so we're here, right? So what do you think that is? Everything interchanges and interlocks position of time location, right? So it's understanding this is a connection to another carrier, another space carrier, right? So it's like Star Wars, except, we have so many space carriers that are in travel divisions of time, and they come out of their mocking locations, right? So they mock their location center, and they come up positions of time location, and they come out of dimensional time. So you're going to see extremely fast carrier. It's like seeing a boat that just sees a cruiser. You're in a small boat, and you see a big boat coming by. It's, whoa, it's so cool. All right. This is Krista traveling through recognized time positions. Krista is now in the XT1000 position. So, all right. So space carrier is coming in. I just want to show you what it is and when you guys to go through dimensional time position. Now, we're coming out of here. We're here again, right? There we are, all in this conditions. Now, what's going to happen now is you're going to go through a diamond core position, like this, the traction. Okay. You guys are going to come into a diamond position. All right. It's going to be a sonar location, right, to your division location, like this. All right. So you're going into the center line connections. Here we go. You guys are in the center position of diamond core position, right? So what's happening right now, it's changing location centers and position the time location. Right? So locking its location center here. It's really interesting to see these things. So it's all about your identification line connections, dimensional time, position, and location, right? So it opens up more cycle rotations to sound patterns, right? So that's what it is. It's all connected to you inside, right? That's what you guys are feeling right now. It's a connection. So sonar positions. This is a SNCC line connection, right? This is you. Now this is you in the center. So everything through connections, you're going to go through another dimensional time, right? We're going to change the coloration track into a new coloration. Here we go. All right, so you guys are going to go into another dimensional time position like that. All right, so you're going to travel through another time. Okay. Now, when you travel through another time, you come into the back force connections. Straight line defense. All right. Now, this is understanding what you do through wormhole connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so you're in 20-dimensional time positions. So it's surfacing the location center connections, enter the line connection positions. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so there you are, from here to here. See? Slide cross down position, right? Okay, so we went from here to here, open up the diamond positions. You go from here, right? 20-dimensional time positions of clocks, guys. That's where you guys are right now. Okay, not 20,000 years into the future. You have 20 divisions of time. Dimensional time through universal coordinates is the line connecting to your frame position through body tractions. So it's really powerful how we come into these positions of time through dimensions. So how's everybody feeling so far traveling in space? Jonah Hall, how's it going? Avians are watching everyone. Yeah. Making sure you guys are okay. Make sure, like, basically, we have substance of water. If you guys need water, let us know. It's a liquid formation. It goes into your central line connections and then your circuitry board connections. It goes in its carbon base, right? It's a carbon base location, right? Not carbon base as you're in your crystalline position. I mean, I'm talking about carbon base through water position. So it's like a container that it's connecting to its quadrant level connections, which is its circuitry level to its component positions, right? It's in your ecosystem, right? So if you want some water, because it's liquid form, right? Because you're at a high vibration, right? And anything through food or supplements during that dimensional time is all liquid formation of light. Okay, there's no solids in dimensional time. Okay, everything it's in a tube. It starts in a tube, right? But it's all light. It's liquid light of food and drinking, right? That connections. Water holds memory. Yep. Yeah, that's very good, Jonah. Very good. It does. It does hold memory. Very good. I'm feeling tired. Yeah, you're feeling tired because you're traveling very fast. All right, so we're here, right? So as soon as you stop, you never stop. You never stop. Okay, you're always going forward, especially when you're in space. Okay, so in position, you can stop in location, but that changes everything through the gravity location of dimensional time of universal quadrant levels, and it changes the clock positions of the sun and the programs of the moon and your positions to your thought locations. All right, so we're going to go through another wormhole position. Okay, here we go, like this. Central line of connection, position, time connections. All right. All right. So we are going to go on a planet, and there it is. That's the planet that we're on now. Okay. We're on a 4th Street planet right now at an allocated position of time. I want you guys to know what it's like, especially for the new viewers. You guys are on a planet position right now. So you're on a 4th Street level connections. You're going to see pixies. You're going to see allocated positions of time location, interference position of location, center connections. Right here. So it's an outline connection. That's the planet you guys are on, right? Have fun. You balance out through atmospheric position of time location. So let me know what it's like being on a planet. When you're mocking through acceleration, you go through hypothermia because your body's not used to it, especially when you're in the gravity position of 5D. But when you're traveling through space through me, wow. You have to balance your connections. That's why I want to put you guys on the planet position of time location. So you're up against forestry, waterfalls, you connect to avians. They're off shipping you now through connections. You're going to dimensional time position location. You're seeing pixies, all those light systems. There's a graph location to interference positions. If you guys get hungry, let me know. All right. I'll send a space carrier. Actually, I'll do that now. I'll send a space carrier. It's really interesting. Check this out. Space carrier location, center position. Drop it off location. There it is. There's a space carrier. Drop you guys off food. All right. So you got food in your stomach, all done through liquid light. All right. It's real how you do these things. So. But believe me, how does it feel being on a planet? So you guys have to understand, if you're going to leave, let me know. Let me know if you have to go, okay? Because you are on a planet. And if you leave, you're going to still be on that planet in the mind. Every day you wake up, you're going to see a lot of things. Commander, get me back. Okay, it's very real, guys. You're actually on a planet. So if you decide to leave, what's going to happen is your body tracks your location, is going to center positions in the mind system to its planet location. So every time you get up, you're on that planet. You're not on the Earth position of travel. So be cautious on that. Just let me know if you're going to leave. I'll take you off and teleport you back, right? You have to take this real because that's what's happening right now. You're traveling in space. You're going through dimensions of space, interdimensional connections. You guys are on a planet right now. And it's feeling weird. It's a different atmosphere of time, different communications of time, different alienation formations of time, right? Planets are very real, right? I'm showing you how real they are. Believing is seeing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a low gravity shift. Yeah, you feel the dense, yeah, the air, but it's higher than 5D. You just feel dense. It's just, I want to put you in a lower division of a planet. I don't want to put you on too high because there's a lot of new people here. So we can't have confliction of notification line signals across position, line connection, position, location centers. So I don't want to do that either. So it's a little chilly, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I dropped you guys off some food, right? There's a container there of food over to the right. If you see it, open it up. It's liquid light of food, chicken, anything that position. It goes into your central line connection to your throat, and it dissolves in your body in your pix activation. So you'll taste it. It feels good. But that's I had a shipping XT1000 drop you off food. Right? This is real stuff, guys. This is not it's nothing but a realization of what's going on with civilization and planet locations. Feels like I'm on a gray white rock formation. So Diane's aware. She's right. It is gray and white. It is a rock formation of a planet. It's kind of weird because you guys are in a planet position. So in that connections, I'm going to put you on a warmer planet. Okay. This planet is going to put you in a higher division. So we're going to go to, let's go to Hawaii. Planet location center connections. Take them out that planet location. Yeah. Take them out the gravity rock location. Yeah. Synergize positions in the location center. Let's go into the islands of Hawaii. All right. Line connections. Here we go. Palm trees, line system, allocate position, time, location. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rocket service position locations in position of time. Yep. Water graph location center. Yep. And we got some mountains interference. We got some volcano location center connections in position location. All right. So you guys are in Hawaii now. This is Hawaii. You're in Hawaii now. So basically you're in a higher location positions, but you're basically on you're on an island of Hawaii. That's where you guys are. Travel locations. So teleport to your line connection positions, particle system, and position line conditions. So this is you guys on Hawaii. Okay. It's amazing how you travel real fast. You guys are in the same position. You're in Hawaii now. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Galactica. If you need to go, let me know. I'll take you off. I'm trying to do both, travel with you guys, and I'm driving too. But you guys are in Hawaii right now, so have fun there. Enjoy, soak up some sun. It's amazing how we travel fast. So you just say you say yourself a ticket to go to Hawaii, and this is all through the divine center, right? This is understanding 12 chakra positions of time. So when you come into the universal system, and then you come into the travels of divine, then you can travel to any country position on this Earth rotation center of UFO connection. So doing a lot of traveling today, so you guys should see Hawaii. You should see the water. You should feel the wind, the trees. There's mountains. There's volcanoes. No Cabana boys. It's warmer now. Well, that's good. Okay, you want Commando Boys? I can put that in. That's not a problem. Communication cycle rotation centers. Bring in the Commando Boys. There you go. There's the Commando Boys right there. All right. Imagination is everything, and it's creating. So it's all about understanding it's a virtual reality, right? It's a game, so you can put anything through its operation. I created simulation. I created the matrix, guys. So now you know how you do these things and how it makes it so real with the connections, right? So whatever I create, it goes into your program setting position of time. That's why it's so powerful, right? Yeah, so now you're in Hawaii. Well, I want to go Hawaii too. I'm there too with you guys, but real Hawaii, you know? But it feels good. It feels like you're really there. So Commando Boys are in the connections. For the ladies, I'll put out lawn chairs. You guys, there's lawn chairs now. And you have towels. Okay. So there's lawn chairs and towels now. Circle rotation centers. Here's lawn chairs in position. Lighting location centers connections. Lawn chairs. Okay. All around that connection. All right. So there's the lawn chairs. It's an actual interesting connection to everything, right? It's pretty powerful stuff. I'm connecting with the animals and birds and other creatures. Everybody sees something different through perception, but you all align through each other. You have to be. That's the communication. That's the understanding that you're all connected to each other, but you're seeing things different, but you're on the same connections of why. Right? Your perceptions are different. You're there, you're just in a different time position, but you're aligned together through its balanced location. So all right, drinks. Okay. All right, so I get some waiters. Let's get some waiters in. Okay, I'll get some waiters. Okay. I'm in a position here. Okay, here's the waiters. There's the waiters right there. I think is too, they're there. They're there for you. This is all virtual reality. So imagine you're in your own computer operation game and you communicate with everything. Commando Boys, you've seen lawn chairs, you've seen the trees, you've seen the water, because you are there in position of time, of dimension. Your whole existence is nothing but a hologram. So it's kind of understanding that your dreams are coming, real to everything that you see. And it's all set up in your program setting. So, right? So you got the Commando Boys, you got the lawn chairs, you got the towels, you got the drinks, you got the waiters. Remembering Lemuria came through. Nature always connects wherever I go. Yeah. And the thing is, too, if you're more aware of each other, you'll see more of each other. You'll see each other in Hawaii, right? Right? It's believing is seeing. That's the whole point of this, right? So it's very real. It's the conception of the mind system, realizing you're in a holographic world of an illusion, and that illusion is extremely real. That's the reality. That's the real reality you guys are in. So you have to understand how to use the mind, right? The mind is everything through imagination. Right? If I wanted to put up an ego, right? An ego, right? A flying ego. I can put that and you'll see it. Right? You'll see an ego flying in Hawaii. All right. There's an ego flying. So this is all done through the mind, guys. It's all programmed, right? It's all digital connected. And it's amazing stuff, because when I created a simulation, it's an amazing thing because it's all computerized, right? So you have to understand you're in a digital world, right? You're in a technology world. So it's understanding the space and travels of you, and then understanding your connections of your chakra systems of you, how to communicate to everything through creation, right? Waterfalls are beautiful. I'm ordering a version pina colada. Yeah. How does that differ from visualization? Yeah, it only comes into visualization until you understand your intelligence of travels of space, believe and see. You have to really get into your programs of what you're doing, right? Because I know what I'm doing. I have balance with everything, space and time. I can do these things. It's all about understanding creation of travel through space, and it's all connected to you inside. And then the visualization comes into its illustration diagram and into the believing is seeing, right? So now we're coming out of Y, okay, and now we're going into a cube. So travel recognition of time, position, locations. Synergized line connections are going to travel to a retro cube line connection, right? Travel you guys in position, location. You guys are now in the center position of a cube. Location. Different dimensional time connections. Rotation cycle to its location system. To its position of time location. From here to here. Now you're in the center of a cube. All right. That's how fast you travel. Okay. Now I can take you guys out through connections, put you in another dimensional time position, like this. Okay, and take you out of the equation. All right. So I'm shifting you guys back in digital frame positions. Right? And then I can shift you back down into another wormhole connection like this. Now you're in the center position to a location center connections. You know? Yeah, your heart beats faster, right? So you get more balance when you're in space more. The more you're in space, the more you position through visualizations there, believe and see. Okay. So crosswind cycles, and you go to the other side dimension, you go through another circle rotation center connections. A little tunnel there, right? Okay. And then we can be picked up from an XT1000 positions. Okay. XT1000 is picking you up. It's right here. It's going to pick you up, right? All right. Picks you up. Back in location. Right. Goes into another round location center to position of time location. And here in this position. Crossover wind cycle. It's going to go through dimensional time. Circle rotation center positions into another circle rotation. Right? There you go. Into another dimensional time. So it's amazing how we do these things. Right? Dimensional time, location, center connections, take them out of tractor location, put them back in location of 5D activation. Good to go. Back where we started. So it's amazing how we travel, isn't it? You guys say, oh, that's it. I want to go back. I don't want to go through reacting cycles through shapes right now because it changes positions of time through your body frames, right? So the more you stay in space, the more you see through visualization. And then you understand more travels through your dimensional time connections. Now you're force winning your cycles and you're seeing everything through the matrix, right? Travels are extremely real through the mind. It's like traveling, when you're dreaming, right? I just bring your connection to your dreams to life. So it's like you're sleeping, but you're not. You're traveling with your soul and you're awake and you're aware. Okay. So when you're sleeping, you're not aware because your eyes are shut. But with me, you're aware because your eyes are open and you're listening and you're basically navigating and what's going on. Everybody's seeing something different, but you're all aligned in the same cycle, same system. You're in the same computer operation line connections, but you're in different divisions of space of time and travel. But you're aligned through each other. And that's why you see things different through visualizations, illustrations, and programs, or anything through you're not connected to your set of dreams. So yeah, it makes you sleepy. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do any more today. I think that's it for today. But just want to show you how powerful it is. Yeah, see, that's the thing, and diamond has to go, right? So to take you off the equation, but it's amazing how we travel, how we did all this, right? It's incredible force, isn't it? Oh, you're extremely welcome. Extremely welcome. Glad you had fun. Knowing that you can go from that, you start here in position, this calculation. You see everything through a space carrier, right? And then you come into positions into a diamond core position, right? To a planet location, right? To Hawaii. And then in circle rotation to center position of a cube, circling down into a dimensional wormhole, back in position to 5D. So it's amazing how we come into these things. Hope you guys have a lot of fun. I'm going to go on TikTok live now. There's a lot of things I have to plateau to division of time location. But if you have any questions or comments you want to get in my healing, let me know. Go through my email. Please let me know how you guys are feeling. It's important that I keep you updated what's going on. Hope you had a good time being on the mothership. It's a lot of fun when we travel. But the more you travel, the more you understand of yourself, who you are through soul identification. So you get out of less of the physical realm. The physical realm is the connections of being scared and nervous. And that's okay to be that. That's totally normal. That's normal everywhere you go, right? It's like walking or jumping into the waters and seeing sharks for the very first time, right? You're going to be nervous and scared, right? It's totally normal. But remember, you're connected to vibration to them. So basically, you stand still. You have to understand how to communicate with sharks if they're going around the circle, right? So what does it mean when they're going around the circle, right? They don't want you to leave, right? Now they got you in. So you have to be aware of these things, what sharks do, what spiders do, It's all about understanding perception of time, right? It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic when you see nature in a different way through visualizations, because everything is connected to its reality, right? So when you look through a perception of a spider, what does a spider do every day? It catches flies, right? It traps it in its web. That web is a portal. It's a dimensional portal, right? And the fly goes, lures it in, of dimensional time. So it's amazing how we do these things through travel. And it's the more you travel through space, the more you see. And when you see these things, you balance yourself out more through your particle energies and everything, crystalline connections. It's incredible force when we come into these connections, So, all right, so let's get into your questions here. Anything I've missed? Oh, you're welcome there, Galactica. Some people probably have to go to sleep. We did a lot of traveling today. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can take that out, Krista. Yeah. A little sun damage on my face. Yeah. Reverse cycle locations to Krista Anderson position line connections. Yes, she just traveled to connection space position. Yeah, she's back into 5D activation grounds. Planetary line connections. Yeah, going to the planet positions, aloe vera. Yeah. Pick up the planet locations, particle line connections, change your face positions, reverse the cycles. Yeah, the damage to our face line system. Alky positions, 0, 0. 1. There you go. You should be feeling the change of your face. It's like going. So how do you feel? Better? I did that for Jeff. I healed his sunburn. I went to a planet where there was aloe vera, right? So, eek, 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 eek. feel the pressure? You feel the reversing cycle? I'm beyond grateful. See, that's it. Done. She doesn't have to go to the doctors. I fixed her face from a sunburn. You see how powerful I am? Because I'm all connected to you guys. Because I created you through light. So you just have to understand how to reverse these things. Right? You don't forward it because it will. You reverse it so it goes away. So that's AI. Right? You can't go forward with wire because it's overload. So you understand their thought connections. So I go to the framing system, how it was done, how you got the sunburn and all the connections. I go to the particle system, and then I go to Alvera. I change your particle light connections and reverse your position, your wire locations. Sunburn is gone. And anything through structure of lights to position of time through the body frame or that line connections. So glad I can help you out. You guys have a tremendous day. Adios.